All right, good evening, Mech Warriors. Welcome to the continuing Battle for Midway matchcast. Big thanks to System Belmont and Toaster for casting the EMP versus 228 Wild Ones match earlier today. I'm RJ Base. With me is the 228 Black Watch's Mikado Soul. I had his webcam working, but all of a sudden OBS just took a dump on me, Discord took a dump on me, and now I can't get his webcam to come up. So instead you got his lovely puppy dog picture. How's it going, Mikado?
It's going awesome, guys. Welcome, Mech Warriors. Again, thanks for having me here in the Battle for Midway stream. Man, I polished up my casting couch. I got all pretty, and now y'all can't see my pretty face live. But I think we'll still have an exciting game to keep you guys plenty entertained tonight. What do we got going on?
Well, this is going to be a good match tonight. This is Division 3, or Division C, the Cranky Canadians versus Mercstar Turret Drops. And this is actually an important match, because depending on the outcome of this match, where the outcome of this match could possibly decide the winner of the division.
Yeah.
If the Cranky Canadians pull off a major upset here, which is certainly possible for this team because they're a good team. But they pull off an upset here and say they 5-0 Mercstar, then 228 Death from Above, the team that I'm on, wins the division.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Mercstar, if they don't have a decisive victory all through tonight, Cranky Canadians, who are currently placed in 6, could keep Mercstar from victory. Again, 228 is 54 points, and Mercstar is at 39 points, So the Cranky Old Canadians got nothing to lose. The only Canadian team here in Group 3. I think they may come with a strong showing. Of course, Mercstar is, that's my old camp way back in the day. I ran with them for a long time. But I think Cranky Old Canadians may be able to give them a good show.
I got the standings right now up on the screen. And if you look at it, you can see the Cranky Canadians, they're only 1 point behind fourth place, basically, with Cameron's Highlanders and Aces Wild both having 30 points. So regardless of the final outcome of this match, I mean, if the Cranky Canadians can take, just one drop from Mercstar, which I'm more than confident they can do that, they'll at least walk away from this match tonight sitting in fourth place. So I mean, they'll clearly move up a couple of points there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the name of the guy that I'm supposed to invite from Mercstar. And
Xavier, one of the other officers, maybe.
No, yeah, it's one of the other officers. I was just talking to him a little while ago.
All right.
And forgot what his freaking name was because I'm so terrible with names.
That's all good. So, hey, gents, again, you have people who are still tuned in from 228 versus EMP game, last game, guys. Show some love in here for these two teams tonight. Throw your favorite emoticons in the chat. Your hashtag mech, whatever, hashtag rigged. Do we have any more giveaways going on tonight?
Yeah, we do have some giveaways actually. We've got some mech bays and some MC codes to give away, but based off of what happened in the last match, I'm not sure if there's anybody around that actually take them. That's going to be the... So the way I'm going to do this here, look, if you guys win something tonight, you must whisper me in Twitch, okay? If you don't whisper me, I'm not going to go hunting for you. I'm not going to try to find you. But basically...
Whisper them and drop hashtag I'm a bot as well.
And yeah, there's that too. But here's what I'm going to do. I got 3 mech bays and 3,000 MC to give away. If the winner doesn't claim their code by the time the interviews are done, that code is going to roll over to the next winning. So let's say the first 2 people don't claim their mech bays. The person who wins the final giveaway for a mech bay is actually going to get 3 of them. And same thing with the MC. If the first person doesn't claim the MC, it's going to roll over to the next one. So somebody potentially could walk away with 3,000 MC tonight.
Ooh, that's a fat purse.
That
money.
is. And And the thing you have to remember, people, when it comes to these giveaways, you might have plenty of mech bays. You might have tons of MC. You might be a fat cat like me and just have it all and don't need any of this stuff. But chances are you know somebody that does. Chances are you know somebody that could probably use a mech bay or 1,000 MC to get those decals and war horns and all that stuff.
Hey, don't forget those bolt-ons too, baby.
Right? The bolt-ons? The colors? I mean, take the damn code and give it to somebody else.
Looking good is half the battle, guys. Okay, half the battle. So yeah, again, if you're the winner, definitely get with RJ. If you can't remember RJ base's name, hit me up and I'll forward it to him. You know, we'll get that going for you. Use that neck money so you're not space poor, guys. Feed the space orphans.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, we got both teams already in the lobby. I'm gonna pull up the rules. Let's see here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna pull up the rules. Do you want to go over the rules with them real quick before we do the drop?
Yeah. So again, thanks guys. This is my first time, announcing the battle for Midway here. Kind of going to the rules. So again, this is very different than MRBC. It's 6 versus 6. As you go through the matches tonight, you can only use each mech chassis 3 times. Not talking variant, we're talking about chassis. So 3 Locustuses, 3 Fafnirs, whatever. You get 3, and that's it. So if you blow all your good mechs, so your mechs you've practiced the most on early on, you're not gonna have those towards the end. The caps are working a little bit differently. Again, you're not gonna have a full 5 cap. You're only working with a 3 cap game, as we'll show you guys on the match strats here shortly. So it definitely changes the dynamics of how this works. We have some rules in place where, again, those 2 caps that are off limits, if one team caps on the other by accident, they have to kill all the enemy players, if I'm going over the rules correctly, before they can win it. So again, you don't want to accidentally cap the off limits cap points, guys. Again, 6 versus 6. With these chassis restrictions, it does really change the dynamic from game to game. And hopefully all the players have practiced these different mechs well enough where they can perform just as well at the beginning of this as they will at the end.
Well, we are already heading into drop 1. Both teams got their... Why don't I have the game coming up? Oh, there it is. Okay. God, I was getting worried.
Hey, we're not breaking something, man. We're not casting right.
Yeah, that's true. I break something every time I cast. So
we already broke my camera. But I will load up these players here tonight, and it just worked. The camera just works, right?
It did. It was just working. It was working this whole time before. But as soon as I started up the stream, it's just said nope, yep. You don't get it.
Well, I guess we can go with these mech layouts here. You want to start off with Canadians?
Yeah, looking at the Canadians, Gitka's in a Sun Spider C, Nutty Rat and an Arctic Wolf Prime. We got Eludi and Draven Dark Shadow, both in Arctic Wolves Prime, so they used 3 Arctic Wolves this drop. Mad Dog B for Victor Davian and Tofrikis and an Arctic Cheetah Prime. So 2 cheetahs, 3 Arctic Wolves, 1 cheetah, 1 Mad Dog, 1 Sun Spider. All right,
well, and over from Mercstar, very fast setup here. 3 assassins, 2 linebackers, and a miss links. So super fast, and I mean they're already about to close in here as they come together here shortly. So I won't go over the mech basics, but lots of SRMs, lots of high DPS stuff here. Draven Shadow getting focused by multiple Mercstar mechs at the same time.
Yeah, he's definitely got caught out in the edge there.
Yeah. We got 2 battles. Kamichiwa is about to go down this mislinks down to 44%. He's again trying to rotate armor as we have these skirmishes going down here in Castle on both sides. Proto over here in the assassin down at 63%. I mean, this is chaos, guys. I'm not sure what the focus target is. GDKA got quick legged and he goes down to Sun Spider.
We already got 2 down for the cranky old Canadians here. But there's definitely some very hurt mechs on the Mercstar side. 47%, 32%.
Not likely to be cat game yet. Kimchiwa and Proto are both way down percentage-wise. But Mercstar seem to have a little bit better focus fire so far in the game. Got those first mechs down. as they focus down some of the more fresher mechs of the Canadians here.
We got three mechs down for the cranky Canadians. There goes the first. Well, actually, yeah, you said that. I think you mentioned Protolus. Tofurky drops now for the cranky Canadians. That just leaves Nutty Rat standing.
Yeah, and yeah, Kemi Chiwa in here on one leg as they clean up the last mech for the Mercstar victory.
Very quick match there. It was hard to keep up with it all happening so fast.
That was a swarm of bees, dude. Everyone swarming. It seemed like Mercstar just kind of got the first few focus fire shots at the beginning of that cluster, and came out with the victory. Look at this damage here real quick. Some high damage by was it Drew the Blue, that linebacker, followed by Nutty Rat with 387 and the Arctic Wolf. But some pretty different damage numbers here, but I want to say the focus fire of Mercstar just sealed the deal right there at the beginning.
Yeah, just taking down Draven right there from the very start. That kind of just set the tone. And while it seemed like CCDN was doing a really good job of getting those damage numbers in, it just seems like the finishing moves just weren't quite there, because there were several of those Mercstar mechs that were damn near ready to drop. It was just a matter of getting those finishing moves in on them. It seemed like.
Yeah, it's, you gotta finish those mechs off, right? When you focus fire, you gotta clean those mechs up quickly. And if you notice, it's right there at the beginning of the engagement, Mercstar was able to just get a few more mechs into the battle just a few seconds before the Canadians were, and that could really kind of upset the balance there. And then Mercstar did a real good job again rotating out those damaged mechs, rotate them to the back of the pack. And it was interesting, with the heavies, you had linebackers versus the Mad Dogs, right, from either team. Those linebackers are quick, and they're definitely going to get in and out with those SRMs pretty easily. We are going to do the first giveaway, then we'll swap the teams around. You want to let them know in the lobby there that we're going to do the giveaway, then we'll swap teams? All right. I will go ahead and pop that in chat.
And I'm going to take you out of the giveaway, and I'm going to take myself out of the giveaway, although I think at this point we're probably the only two people who will actually speak up if we win.
Hashtag rigged.
Oh, wait a minute. Forgot to go to the overlay. There it is. Hashtag
guys,
all the bots.
Hashtag rigged. Hashtag all the bots, guys. Show some love. If you're in chat, if you love free stuff, we're going to give out some mech money here tonight.
This is for a mech bay. We're going to be giving away a mech bay on this first one.
Oh, a mech bay? All right.
Yeah, giving out a mech bay. And Morticia Melon. Now, I know that's not a bot. I know Morticia is not a bot.
Congrats, Morticia.
Morticia Melon.
And hey,
Morticia, please whisper me. Please whisper me. Send me a Twitch whisper to let me know that you're alive. You do have to get that claimed by the time the interviews at the end of the match are done.
Yep.
And we'll send a mech bay your way.
And also, whatever you buy for the mech that fills that mech bay, paint it, show some character there in it, and tweet it out to RJ and the Twitter. We want to see what you do with your prizes. Like, whatever you paint on it, whatever decals you put on it, take a picture of it, send it in to us. Again, that's RJ Base. You guys know his tag already.
It's RJ Base 3.
Yeah, RJ Base 3.
Yeah.
RJ Bass.
So Morticia, if you're out there, please send me that whisper. Let me know you're alive and kicking. I keep forgetting this. I'm watching the stream over here to make sure we're streaming okay. And the match just started on that, and it's they haven't even seen the giveaway yet, so it's gonna be 5 minutes before I get the whisper if I do.
It's all good. But I mean, both teams looks like they're raring to go for the next fight here.
We gotta wait for these teams to say they're locked.
Yeah. And again, great sportsmanship by both teams. You're here prompt and on time. Not always easy to do with a group of 8, with a group of 6 dudes. Let alone sometimes you get 8 dudes during MRBC, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would bring us to the map strat while we're waiting for these guys to get their teams locked in place, but there really wasn't a whole lot to go over there. It was just a brawl right there on stage. So I wonder if we're going to see the next match evolve into the same thing, or if it's going to be a little bit more range decks happening. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But after drop 1, you can see MS has the 1 drop, 6 kills to 2 here.
So they're still up, and again, so again, this same tonnage for drop 2, but drop 3 and 4 will bring that tonnage up incrementally as well as drop 5 being a really, really heavy drop. So that'll be some interesting dynamics here as we go on to the next map.
Yeah, we stay in Tourmaline for this one. And what map do we go to next? I think it's I forget. I just played this Thursday night too, and I forget. Do you know what map we go to next? I mean that the overlay will tell me here.
I can certainly try to look that up here real quick.
Here, I got it. There's a link right on the page. No, that's not the right one.
We're professionals, guys. We know what we're doing.
I just did it too. I just played it.
You were in the fight, dude. Like I'm taking a break right now.
Okay, here we go. I guess we're on. Yeah, it's Rubelite, isn't it? No, it's Caustic Valley.
Caustic Valley.
Yeah, drops 3 and 4 will be on Caustic, and then we have the map ban phase between HPG, mining, and Forest Colony.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm waiting to do this stream all day, and then when it's time to do it, my head's just not in the game.
We broke a camera. We don't know what the maps. Yeah, guys. Hey, stick with this. It'll only get better. I promise. Yeah, we haven't had any crashes yet or radio streams yet, guys.
Don't jinx me with the radio stream. I'm the king of radio streams when it comes to these things. Just don't do that.
Hey, well, I've got the stream on my second screen, right? So I got you on like a 47-inch TV. I'll see the radio cast in widescreen. I'll warn you.
All right, we are going into drop 2 now. So it's flipped over to that. We'll wait for these teams to come in.
And I am curious if either team's gonna change up their deck at all, or try to counter strat a little bit, because other than side switching. Oh, we got a hold here. Looks like early on.
Yeah, hold from the Cranky Canadians.
Yeah, here in Battle for Midway, if it's within the first minute, or if there's no caps as involved as well, you can go and do a hold, and we'll launch as we sync everything up here and make sure no one moves an inch on either team.
Yeah,
again, great sportsmanship by either side as well.
I'm on the Mercstar side.
All right, I'll look over the Canadians there.
Mercstar in this one, while we're waiting on the hold, they brought a Nova S, 3 Bushwhacker P2s, an Arctic Wolf 1, and a Piranha 1.
All right, and yeah, for Canadians over here, Urban Mech, Linebacker, Bushwhacker, Urban Mech, Mislinks, and another linebacker. And I just want to kind of scroll through the builds here. So just like Urban Mech, that's a little hard to kill Urban Mech right there. Medium pulse and machine guns, SRM linebacker, SRM bushwhacker, medium pulse machine guns. I mean, just a bunch of chainsaws here. Mislinks with a bunch of machine guns and SRM linebacker as well. So this is interesting.
I'm looking at that Nova, that Crimson Helix. The Helix brought, it's 12 ER small lasers and 4 heavy machine guns.
And you're looking over here at the Mercstar side. They have some more LBX.
And looks like they're going at 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
All right. Oh, cool.
Here they go.
And we have a game here. So again, right now, Mercstar has a little bit more of the LBX, a little bit more crit seeking on that side. Cranky Old Canadians have a lot more of the medium pulse and SRM. So let's see where they connect here. Nutty Rat's out ahead. That's kind of a dangerous spot to be if he was spotted.
He is by himself right there. Looks like the rest of his team went the other way. Didn't take the straight in route, which I think is what he was looking for.
Right, and right now, it's like both teams are kind of going for this castle position. I mean, you know, it depending on the speed of your team. I mean, Canadians could even do a little more capping if they wanted to, but the only real capping mech they have is that Mystic. Those urban mechs aren't super fast, but they are very tanky.
It looks like Mercstar might be opting to take a different approach to this. We're going to be on the side of the castle for this one.
Yeah, so coming through over here on this little side, this is a crappy place to fight too. You've got to get in there. You can't really trade with these two mechs, these two builds here, but it's like Mercstar Strike's coming in on that right side, kind of creating a little hold there.
Doesn't look like it hit much there. Just got a lot of air with that one.
Yeah, so right now, Mercstar does have the advantage with a few more of the LBX. Those things can trade a little bit further here. Cranky old Canadians have to go. They have to dedicate on one side or the other. They cannot waste any more time as they get whittled down here by these strikes and these LBX. Just cocky everywhere.
Another strike there. Tofurky is taking quite a bit of damage. He's already down to 70%.
Yeah, and if you see, Proto here is on this side. He's not really shooting. He's just doing UV up. He's getting that scouting information for the rest of the Mercstar guys as he bails out there. Like, hey, that's super important even in a brawl like this. But GTKA in this Bushwhacker Cranky Canadian is very beat up.
Yeah,
Mercstar
he's down to 68%. He got up on top of that hill there, right where Victor Davian is.
Victor Davian legged as well. Mercstar, I'm surprised they haven't just called the W pushed in yet to finish these guys off. Very beat up next year for Cranky Canadians.
Another strike comes in. Several of the Cranky Canadians getting hit with that one.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm not sure if they were just a little more gun shy this time. I think if they would have just held W, they may have been able to get in here and seal the deal. The Arctic Wolf, the Piranha, those are some very fragile mechs compared to the urban mech and stuff like that Canadians are running. But Mercstar here is able to just kind of dwindle them down.
Eludi's the first mech to drop for the Cranky Canadians. We also got Gitka down to 50%. Tofurky drops next. Gitka's still somehow alive.
Yeah, Nutty Rat is now going ham. He's got the some rock music playing in the background. He goes down, a ball of fire there as well. GTK.
Yeah, he's Leroy in that one. Gitka goes down. Victor Davian and Draven Dark Shadow, the last two remaining. Victor Davian goes down. Draven Dark Shadow, last one standing.
And again, Mercstar was able. They both teams saw each other at the same time, scouting at the same time, engaged in a slightly different spot. But Mercstar did a little bit better job with just being able to trade with those LBXs at range, and those strikes were nasty. Great strikes there as they come back to caps here as well.
All right. Yeah, all they got Mercstar to do is take this cap on Theta. They might have to take two because Cranky Canadians got 100 points out of it. I bet you they're going to have to take two caps.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have this back row of mechs, Crimson, Drew, and Kimichiwa, like all the Gippy mechs in the back with one leg. They're
okay,
the rear.
I'm gonna hold you up right there, Mikado.
Yeah.
GTKA is Gitka.
Oh, Gitka. Yeah.
And then the last name you said is Kimichiwa.
Kimichiwa.
You're fucking Asian.
So Kimichiwa, that's Cam. GTKVA is now GT. You're all getting nicknames. But man, as they do the slow limp here. And then, I love the brawl. That's one of my favorite things to do. I miss those old days. It's one thing, when I was with Mercstar, even if we didn't have all the officers on for a night in CW, we'd have everyone brawling and bringing just the same crazy build and just beating people up, holding down the W key. And it's kind of good to see them.
Looks like Mercstar is going to have to go for the 3 cap on this one.
As they limp back and forth across the map there, all these leg mechs. Crimson Helix here. All right, guys.
Who's going to get the what cap first is the next question.
Yeah. And again, guys, show some love. Again, we're going into a heavier drop here on this next one, guys. If you want to see some heavier, more destructive mechs, this next drop is where it's going to start amplifying as we move in.
Somebody's got to step on a.
And
I'm gonna step on a cap here sooner or later.
Here on Kappa, slowly getting there.
Oh yeah, over here at Sigma.
All right, and Mercstar again with a 2-0 victory here as we go into the third match. But again, I mean, even the Mercstar guys they had some really beat up mechs at the end too. I think if the Canadians had just W keyed, I think they would have had the DPS advantage with the kind of firepower they were running and the mechs they were running as well. But damage-wise, I think this is strike damage. Demacles 1, 743 damage. Gitka, if I said that right, 303 damage, leading for the Canadians. And that's a team decision too, right? Typically in a brawl, you're not going to have enough time to drop a strike, if that makes sense. You may get 1 or 2 strikes in closing distance, but you typically don't get a whole lot of time to drop them and use them. I saw at least 1 strike per mech from Mercstar. I'm not sure if the Canadians are even packing strikes. Maybe something there for the interview later. Mercstar definitely put them to good use. And in a brawl situation like as they were closing, they were able to drop strikes and slow the momentum down. If you go back and look at that drop, they slowed that momentum down. Like, oh, there's smoke in front of us. Let's stop. And then the Canadians saw that, and I think that kind of broke their speed there a little bit. During that engagement.
All right, I have still not received a whisper from Morticia Mellon yet. We are going to do the next giveaway. So I'm going to go to this tool here. I'm going to clear this. Add some viewers. All right, we're going to do another mech bay. But at this point right here, if you win... No, actually, we have to keep that till the end. We have to keep that to the end. I was going to say, this is going to be for another mech bay.
It's like Powerball, man. Like, everyone plays the lottery. No one wins. At the end of the few months, you have a giant jackpot. We're going to have a giant jackpot of mech bays and space money tonight.
All right.
So, again, we are switching maps to Caustic Valley, which that does change the dynamic a little bit there as well.
All right, the next winner of a mech bay is Skippy Nibbles.
Skippy Nibbles.
Skippy Nibbles. Skippy Nibbles. Send me a Twitch whisper. Let me know that you are active so I don't have to hunt you down. And you will get a code for a mech bay here by the end of the match.
I want to hear him come into our Discord and say his name like 5 times fast.
Yeah, right.
But hey, man, congrats again. Definitely get with RJ there so we can get you your mech bay, man. And again, whatever you buy for that mech bay, paint it something cool, put some decals on it, and tweet it at us or send it to us so we can share your artwork with the world.
Yes. All right.
But
well, we are waiting for the teams to say that they are ready. You want to go over the map strat real quick and what happened there?
Yeah. So we can go over the map strat there for. Now we're on Caustic.
Yeah, we could just look over what happened there. I mean, it wasn't really.
Yeah. So I mean, automatically. So. Both teams definitely avoided castle pretty much hardcore, right? They didn't even see each other at all. There was no scouting from either side there because, again, Nutty Rat was a little overextended. That could have been a mech to jump on for Mercstar. But no, everything went down right here. This is the let me go through a thinner line here. This is the white line in the sand, and for most of that game. Oh wait, no, that should not show up well.
That doesn't come up on the overlay.
Okay, purple. The thin purplish line. If you notice, neither team really went over that line at the beginning. They got up to it. Even Mercstar got up to it, and they backed away and kind of made a concave there. I think the Canadians just lost their momentum. I think the Canadians would have just W keyed in, or scouted a little bit more, and then taken the most direct route. I think they would have been the victors from mech composition with their builds. But as soon as the battle started, 2 strikes hit. right here, and it sealed up this right side. And that's immediately where I think Canadians hit the brakes, and that's where it started to fall apart.
And stand up in that plateau too. I saw a couple of Gitka being one of them. I saw a couple of the Cranky Canadians get up on that plateau where the entire Mercstar team was there in that concave that you were talking about. And as soon as that mech stood up on that little island plateau right in the middle, he had every single mech in Mercstar shooting at him. So like Gitka got up there and he walked back down with 50% health. I mean, it was not good. Not good.
Yeah, that little stage right there, right?
Yeah.
You know, that little stage, that's not a good spot when you're facing the concave because everyone's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
But now, and again, you know, all teams are guilty of doing this. Hell, it even happens to us on Blackwatch, right? Canadians, they got Theta, right? They were up on caps. They really, either they just need to go, or oh crap, our timing's messed up. Let's not, continue to waste time and lose our trades in that little spot. They could have backed away, came back in, used this low ground here as their own concave, and just maybe play the caps a little bit, or forced Mercstar Light, send them. Now they have to go cap or respond, right? You don't have to necessarily go into that. So again, it's just a drop commander thing. But I think just Canadians intended to go W kill the way, but they just lost a little momentum there when those strikes came in.
Yeah,
and
I think
nasty strikes by Mercstar.
I mean, at the W key for win. I always say W for win, S for suck. And in this case, W. I think if they pushed in on that, focused their fire, they could have taken that. Or hindsight's always 2020. Had maybe one of their lights gone out and taken Epsilon or Kappa with that stronghold on Theta, they could have backed off and forced Mercstar to push into them. But
absolutely,
hindsight's always 2020. So
it is. The view we have here in the satellite view isn't the same as when you're in the cockpit. And,
right. It's always easy for us or for you guys watching to play the armchair quarterback here when you have that bird's eye view. But when you're down there on the ground, it's quite a different story. So
absolutely. But I think we have both teams ready here.
Yeah, let's head into drop 3 on Caustic Valley. Currently, Mercstar turret drops up 2 kills to nil. I'm sorry, 2 drops to nil, 12 kills to 2.
Yeah. So again, 2-0 here again. Canadians really don't have anything to lose at this point, right? I mean, they could be super aggressive here. Tonnage has increased here for this Caustic Valley drop. And this is a drop where you can play a little bit more conservatively if you want to, or you can brawl really heavy, right? Maybe Canadians are saving some special sauce of mech chassis for later on, in this series. We'll find out shortly as we get to mech compositions. What do you got over there for Mercstar so far?
I was trying to find the drop ships, but I was unable to do so. I'm actually on the Cranky Canadian side on this one, and I got, what's a TNS? Is that a Thanatos?
Thanatos.
Yeah, I got Gitka and a Thanatos, Draven Dark Shadow and a Summoner, Tofurky and a Wolfhound, Nutty Rat and a Summoner, Aludi and a Huntsman Prime, and Victor Davian and a Kodiak 3.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. And so that's definitely a different contrast from over here on the Mercstar side. 3 Roughnecks, Mad Cat MK2, that's a DACA 1, Arctic Wolf, and an Orion 2C. I'm curious about those Summoners over there, though. ERPPCs.
Yeah, that's one.
ERPPCs.
Yeah,
oh, right.
The ERPPC Summoner is back after that last patch.
Absolutely. So, Cranky Canadians did a little bit more of a standoffish kind of setup here, but they're getting right up on the Caldera, not wasting any time. As Mercstar kind of starts a little bit of rotation. Aludi or Draven over here may want to be careful they don't quite get caught out with the rotation as well. No caps for either team, though. This
is a map that Nutty's team actually knows really well. This is the map that they had their most victories on during Worlds. Yep. And I know that when Death from Above played Nutty's team on this map, it was not a good show for us. Nutty's team knows this map really well. I've actually been very curious to see what they do on this one.
Absolutely, and you see the Cranky Canadians here are kind of giving a little range, backing off a little bit here. I mean, personally, in the summoners, I like to run those pretty aggressive. You need to start doing damage as soon as possible to this enemy team, because even with those heat changes and the dissipation so quick, you still need to get that damage in, and you have to hit every target counts. So you have a strike coming in here on Nutty Rat. I'm not sure if he sees it or not, but that may be a pretty devastating strike. Okay, that was just 95%, 5% off Nutty with just a strike there. You got to keep an eye on that smoke. You can't get too much tunnel vision. But neither team is capping at all.
No caps at all. I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be in a standoff setup with like the Canadians, maybe send a mech or two off the cap. Get those caps up, because Mercstar could just send the Arctic Wolf off the cap if they really wanted to, and make the Canadians come to them. But Data is now finally being capped by the Canadians.
Well, looking at the composition of the mechs, they only have one mech that can really go do that. That's Tofurky and that Wolfhound.
Right.
And it's the same thing over on Mercstar's side. They have one light mech, that Arctic Wolf, and everything else is mediums and heavies that they're going to want to have in that fight when it and if it actually does occur.
Absolutely. And I mean, right now, the Canadians, they have a good map control presence over what would be Kappa and Theta there too. I think you can get some lines in there. But right now, Canadians are moving. Mercstar does see them, and they're going to meet them.
Oh, nice strike comes in, hits El Bandito. I want to see what kind of damage that is. Mercstar is making the push now.
Yeah, so again, we got some focus fire here. Looks like on Kimichiwa is kind of getting focused down to 77%, but Victor Davian here in this Kodiak also getting focused. He was left at the back of the pack now.
He was
left out there,
and he's moving into position where the rest of his team can't cover him. He goes down pretty quick. That focus fire from Mercstar is all on that one mech. Took him down fast.
Absolutely. So again, your Canadians need to make that damage worthwhile. They need to continue to kite and get these targets and these shots in. But these Roughnecks are definitely leading here as Aludi goes down as well. And again, they're just continue to backtrack. They're running on a map to backtrack too. This is where it gets sketchy as a summoner, right? When you see a brawl coming at you like this, you need a split. Kamichawa goes down as well. You need a split, or you need to break off and make the enemy team make a decision on whether they're going to go after you or your team, because you're already in hot water there. Nutty Rat down to 51% there as well. Tofu coming back in and try to help out his team a little bit there, but not looking good for the Canadians here at this end push.
Not looking good at all.
Yeah. Gekka goes down. Tofu doing his best to put up a valiant victory. The little flamer coming out of Drew the Blue there, just kind of getting him hot under the collar. And we have the third victory going to Mercstar. And Matt, those compositions, right? It's all scouting. If you're a brawl team and you say, hey, they've got summoners over there, if a third of the enemy team is a low DPS mech like that, you need to make the call to brawl. Not sure if that's how it worked out, but
we have a problem. Look at what I'm sending you.
Oh no!
It was a radio cast.
Oh no!
It was a radio cast.
Oh man!
Oh God!
Put hashtag radio in the chat, guys. Oh man! We'll have to give away something extra tonight for our hashtag radio cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see if I have any.
All they're seeing is the very end.
Well, I hope we did a good radio cast. I think we could have a career in radio sports casting. Guys.
Yeah, I think that's what I should just switch to. I should just give this shit up and.
We'll just cast baseball games over the radio and crap like that.
I'm even casting my screen to Mikado, and he even missed it.
Yeah. So the sad part is I have a second screen, but it's a 47-inch TV. But I have to look up, and I'm Asian, dude. So I see in widescreen, but the vertical, I don't got it, dude. I can't see that high. Let me see if I have any codes laying around that may be able to give away something just for people who put like hashtag radio cast.
I would have members of 228 texting me. They're like, "Scene, bro, radio cast."
Oh man, it's been a while too. I mean, you know.
Well, I've only casted one of these so far this season before tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
It's been a while since off season.
All right, we'll go over the numbers there, and so they can see that, and I will set everything up here.
Oh, right. So, guys, if you didn't get to the end of the radio cast, Mercstar is coming out of this with a 3-0 lead over the Canadians. I'm going to try to break that strat down a little bit more for you, too. Played a much rangier deck. They backed up, away, trying to use the summoners and whatnot to get those range damage in. But I just didn't quite happen. Kodiak got caught out there by the Canadians. He went down first as the Mercstar cleaned up the rest of them.
Yep, there it is. All right, so I'll go back to the same scene that they were just looking at. Where we can see it out, Mercstar's got the 3 drops 1, 18 kills to the Cranky Canadians 3 kills. And we are getting ready to switch teams this time. We got James bombed. I think we're getting ready to switch here, aren't we? Yeah, we switch backs here. We switch everybody back. All right, and after I switch them, I'll get Nutty Rat's team re-invited, and we will do the next giveaway. I did get a message from Skippy Nibbles.
Oh, right.
So we have one person at least claiming their mech bay.
And I may have a hashtag radiocast MC giveaway we could throw in at the end too for one of our winners. But it'll be. Can we do a keyword only? They have to do.
No, I don't have that kind of access to the MRBC League channel, so I just have to draw the names.
Okay. Well,
all right. Let them know. Let them know in the lobby that I'm getting ready to do the next giveaway, and then we'll be ready to go after that. So this is for the last mech bay. All right. I'll actually switch this scene so you guys can see it. MRBC League. Load. All right. This is my music, and let's start the next giveaway. Last mech bay. All right, here we go. And the winner of this one is Karathis. Regular on my stream. Karathis, congratulations. You have won a mech bay. Send me a whisper on Twitch, and at the end of the stream, I will get that sent over to you.
Congrats, bud. Again, enjoy the mech bay. If you get a chance, do send us a picture, a screenshot of whatever crazy mech you happen to put in there. As we go into our match 4, hopefully non-radio cast.
All right, let's take a look at the map strat real quick. Why don't you break it down for us there, Mikado?
So for everyone who didn't see it on screen, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna need a very good play-by-play on this one.
Yeah, and make sure I get my teams right here. So team 2 was the Canadians, if I recall correctly. So we got basically Canadians running the summoners and some of that range stuff. They did kind of get up and kind of in and around the caldera at the start, but they immediately backtracked and they kind of made like a little bit of a concave, right? As Mercstar just got up and around the caldera, just ready to party. Now it wasn't until that the Canadians started to rotate. I believe they started to rotate towards Kappa is where things started to fall apart. As soon as they did start to do the rotation, they left behind their it was the Kodiak, and the Kodiak was the first mech to get cleaned up by that push in here. Whereas you had all the Canadians kind of spread out and around back here.
Mikado, I'll be right back.
Sure. So you guys didn't see it, but it was just two different play styles, right? You had a very brawly setup coming from Mercstar. You had a more rangy deck playing Summoners coming from the Cranky Old Canadians. They just weren't able to do the damage in early enough. I would have liked to have seen more early trades by the Summoners, a little bit more aggressive play. And you have to do more of that map control. They were able to get the first cap on Theta, and we talked about the map control and the cap control. There's only 3 caps you can do for this, but you still need to keep an eye on it, because if Canadians had not got that cap control on Theta, Mercstar would have not had to push. Mercstar could have got the cap control and been fine there. So, guys. We'll go into the next one, hopefully without the radio cast there. We may have an extra giveaway for you guys at the end for sticking around with us as well. Hashtag radio cast. And we'll have RJ back here shortly. So again, guys, we're going into drop 4 here, switching sides, same tonnage, but both teams will be switching sides. I'm curious if either team is going to change the drop deck at all. Canadians just didn't quite get that long-range control deck, that PPC deck in there, right? They may have been better off with DPS Overwatch or some sort, but we'll see what happens.
All right. I'll ask them if they're locked. Man, fucking radiocast.
Hey man, we're professionals.
Yes,
it's all good.
We are professionals. At this rate, I'm never going to get to cast a Worlds match.
It'll still be a more colorful cast. But hey man, it's been a while. So last time we were together casting, it was like MRBC pre-World Champs 2018. Again, good to be back again. Hopefully, we'll be doing some more casting this next year as well.
Yeah, I hope that when MRBC season 11 kicks on, I'll be attempting to cast some of those matches. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we're just waiting for the teams to drop in on the map. No holds called so far, so that's good. Here come the drop ships now.
So far, so good.
And I'm again on the Cranky Canadian side. I am seeing a Mislix G, a Kodiak 3, a Piranha 1, a Nightstar 9J, a Summoner M, and a Madcat B.
Yeah, looks like at least the Nightstar is different there for the Canadians. We're taking out one of the Summoners as well. Over here for Mercstar, we've got two Orion 2Cs, 2 Madcat MK2Bs, 2 Wolfhound 1As. Just kind of going through the builds here. So Orion, Brawl Orion, again, very nasty brawl mech. Madcat MK2s with the DACA, Ultra 5s, Ultra 10s, that stuff hurts. And now one interesting thing to say here about Mercstar's Wolfhounds is they're medium lasers, not medium pulse. So they are running a little bit cooler than normal medium pulse build there as well. And we are live streaming, we're good to go.
Yeah, I made sure to actually double check it this time.
and we got both teams here right, kind of engage on this hill here. Aldi and Kimichawa, your Cam, didn't even see each other. So you have one team going high, one team going low. They're about to see each other.
Yeah, it's happening right now. It looks like Mercstar is going to push right into him.
So it's like Crimson and Drew the Blue here putting some work in on this low left side here on the hill.
Beautiful strike comes down, tags El Bandito over there, but another strike coming in on the Cranky Canadians. Good hits happening there.
Oh yeah, no, Nutty Rat is caught on the open here, down to 63%, kind of getting focused on this low side here. He's a little bit separated from his team. Not sure if he meant to go that far wide out that side.
Yeah.
But Focus Fire is, you have a little mini battle here. We got James and Crimson focusing on Nutty Rat as the rest of the team continues to engage the rest of the Canadians here.
Nutty Rat down to 26%, and he goes down. Draven and Nutty both going down almost at the exact same time there.
Yeah, two hard mechs to lose. We have a 4 and 6 battle now. Gitka being focused next. Victor Davian still pretty fresh, but that's not going to help you when you're fighting at least 6 mechs left here as he tries to backtrack a little bit. 2 mechs for Canadians are in the Caldera, Piranha and the Mistlings. Not sure if they were trying to get back shots in or do a flanking maneuver. That may be a little bit too late. Maybe those machine guns can get some crits in, but there's still some fresh mechs there for Mercstar still that those machine guns will have no effect on.
They left Victor Davian standing, but he is weaponless. I think that was why. It's kind of a cruel joke to play. Perky goes down.
Yeah, look, ma, no arms is not a good thing to hear when you're playing robots and my weapons are in your arms. As now Mercstar trying to chase Aldi in and around here. He's just trying to stay alive.
Lude is running for his life. He's got all of Mercstar hot on his tail.
This is the episode of Jackass where they're all running from the bulls behind them.
I remember that one.
And they're just destroying everything in the past there. Those wolfhounds are pretty fast. And you know when it comes to a wolfhound with any kind of lasers will automatically destroy a Mislinks or Piranha with the machine guns one-on-one. Aldi does go down there as now they will clean up for a 4th victory, 4-0, going into drop 5. Victor's running.
He's hiding. He's like, no, let me be.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
MS is not fooled though.
And Xavier cleans up the last kill there on Victor Davian, and that is the 4th GG there on the Caustic Valley. But again, I mean, this is where, even, especially 6 versus 6, you have to have good scouting. Because the engagement point for 2 death ball groups like this is super important. I mean, so Drew the Blue there for Mercstar, 606 damage. Victor Davian and the Mad Cat MK2 for Canadians are 431. You can definitely see the damage comparison, the damage numbers there.
Yeah.
Who was focused early on, who engaged first, but those teams got that close and didn't see each other. That bothers me a little bit from a strategic point of view. You have to get that scouting in. You should not get that close to the enemy without knowing whether it's a UAV or one of your light mechs just popping JJs and getting up in the air to see what the enemy team's at. I don't know if you had any other observations from that drop there at all.
Again, I think it was slightly bad positioning, and just not being able to finish the job. It seems to be kind of a repeating process throughout these drops here, whereas Mercstar just seems so highly focused on what it is they're trying to kill. The Canadians, I mean, I've seen the Canadians play way better than this in the past. Hell, when they played my team, Death from Above, their focus, the way that they were maneuvering was way better.
Yeah.
Than what I'm seeing tonight. I'm just, but it could just be, it's late. It's a Saturday. Most teams aren't used to playing on a Saturday night.
That's true. And as you something to point out too, guys, from a player standpoint. So this, Battle for Midway, where you have these chassis limitations, right? It's very different than when you're playing like World Champs or even MRBC. In that, for World Champs, you may have a guy only play the Stalker for an entire year, or he may only play, what's another meta mech, the Black Knight for the entire year of comp season. And then you get now into these chassis drops where you may not have everyone may not have the chassis that's needed. Mercstar, they had 222. I'm surprised they didn't have matching paint jobs and uniforms. Seem to be very organized. Their builds complement each other, etc. The Canadians' builds seem to be a little bit different. Their ranges weren't quite the same. Their DPS wasn't quite the same. And it's okay to have different mechs, but you have to be able to use that to a strategic advantage, whether you have an Overwatch mech, etc. And the Canadians didn't have that type of, I think that synergy that Mercstar going into this 4th drop here. But again, we are going into drop 5, much heavier drop as well. This is where you get the fat boys out there on the field, and
let's do the next giveaway. This one's going to be for 1,000 MC.
All right, there we go.
Because we've got winners for our second 2 mech bays. They actually have claimed them, so we're going to give away 1,000 MC now. So far, the only thing we have left over is a mech bay.
Mech bay, and then I do have that radio caster.
Yeah. So we have 2 more. We have 2 more 1,000 MC codes to give away after this, and then Mikado's got a code to give away as well. All right, the winner of 1,000 MC is Vipes69 from the 228 IBR. Vipes.
Congrats, dude. Hashtag rigged, but definitely get with RJ
Yeah.
so we can get you your monies. If not, we'll tell you in practice a week later, like, hey man, you won 1,000 MC, but you weren't there. Well.
All right, this is the map ban phase for Drop 5. The maps that they have to ban are HPG, Mining, and Forest. And Mercstar automatically bans Mining.
Ah, okay.
And HPG is banned, so it looks like we're going to be playing this one out in Forest Colony. Interesting.
That is interesting. You know, Forest Colony, the old Forest Colony was a pretty small brawly map. This new Forest Colony can be a real toss-up. And when you have a max of 450 tons, you come around the wrong corner in Forest Colony now by that much tonnage, and it could be dangerous for you. So I'm curious, Mercstar purposely banning some of the much closer range maps for a map that's a little bit bigger, a little bit wider.
Well, you know, I spent a lot of time hanging out with the Cranky Canadians, and last night I did get on the Mercstar TeamSpeak to let them know that I was going to be casting tonight's match. I was able to talk to Kamichiwa and homeboy Xavier.
Yeah.
And they told me, they didn't tell me specifically what, but they said that no matter what the outcome of tonight's match was, that they'd have something very special planned for Drop 5.
Ah, okay.
So that's all they would tell me. So I am curious to see what it is.
Special surprise. That's gonna keep me guessing, man. I wonder what the secret sauce is here going into this last drop.
Yeah, this is the last drop. If the cranky old Canadians can take this one drop, that means that Death from Above only needs to win 2 drops next week against Mercstar. So this is the last chance for 228 Death from Above. Last chance. Mercstar though is playing just like they have all season so far. They've been trying different things. They've been running their brawl and they've been making it work this whole season so far, and it's showing here tonight as well. Because the cranky old Canadians, they're not a pushover team by any means. They have been playing very, very well in this season of BFM, and what's happening here tonight is actually kind of a surprise to me.
And you know, coming from Mercstar's point of view, right? Like they have to win this drop 5. When you get into a drop like this in a competitive bracket or competitive tournament, you erase all the other games you played and you focus on one game at a time. Again, this is the only game that really counts for them, right? If they don't win this game, they can't win first. So I'm curious to see what their special sauce is going to be. At the same time, Canadians have nothing to lose. And it's just one thing you have to be careful with any competitive team is when a team has nothing to lose, they're unpredictable, and that can oftentimes upset a series like this. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do going into this next one as well.
All right, I'm on the Cranky Canadian side, and I'm seeing an Arctic Cheetah Prime, a Mad Cat 2B, a Kodiak 3, another Mad Cat 2B, a Night Star 9J, and a Shadow Cat A. And I think we have a hold.
Yeah.
Kamichiwa's game has frozen. He's going to reload.
All right, so he comes back in.
And Draven says he has an 1800 ping.
Uh-oh. Servers on the fritz tonight. So you went over Mercstar there? Or was that Canadians?
I went over the Canadians.
Okay, so you're from Mercstar. Triple king crabs, triple zeros. It's a crab party.
It is! Oh my god, man, it's all crabs!
We've got crab people over here for Mercstar right now. I gotta see this.
I'm looking at James Bombed right now. It's 6 AC2s and 2 medium lasers.
And then just medium pulse on the little crabs.
Yep. That was the surprise right there.
Is there a crab emoji? If it's a crab emoji, put that in chat right now. Drop your crab if you have one. Because the crab people are out tonight, coming to pinch the cranky old Canadians.
All crabs.
That's an old Mercstar thing. They would do like 12 crabs in queue. I used to be able to do it with the tonnage and just do dumb stuff like that. 12 trial crabs. So it's a little nostalgic to see that kind of funny stuff coming back again here. But interesting kind of setup here from the Cranky Old Canadians as well. The Kodiak is DACA. Night Star is the Goss and the PPC. That Night Star takes advantage of the recent changes where you can alpha 2 Goss and PPC together without getting Ghost Heat as well. Mad Cat with DACA.
All right, here we go.
So, as we go live here, the only weird mech that doesn't seem to synergize out of the Cranky Old Canadians team is the
Shadowcat?
The PPC mech. Yeah, Shadowcat with the PPCs, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Cause we're seeing.
But again, this map is a very big map. This could be a cap map worthwhile as well too. Well, we have the Canadians here kind of going out to water a little bit, coming around the Gamma side.
I've never actually casted a map or a match on this map before.
So it takes a little bit to get both teams in and engage.
And oh my God, the Mercstar they took the river.
Yeah, this is gonna be a water fight. Back in the day, pushing water worked a little bit differently here. But if Mercstar can get in with those king crabs and all those AC2s and get that DPS in, it's gonna hurt whatever mech they focus fire and see there. But they slowly start to progress here. Tofurky here is kind of cutting back in, maybe trying to get some scouting info again. This is where scouting is super important here. Tofurky's trying to get some info. He may have spotted Mercstar coming in there as well. And again, it's not just spotting, where the enemy team is. It's also spotting their mech loadouts, right?
I'm not sure if he did notice because they're in that trench where that river's coming in. I'm not sure if he.
Oh, yep. I think he sees. There's some engagement here. Gitka here is getting focused down.
I didn't set the map to daytime.
Oh. We have a night op here. Let's do our radio casting. Get your night vision ready, boys. We got crabs in the dark. Gitka got pretty beat up through the middle of that ship. With Draven and Gitka now trying to get some flanking here. Kamichawa Cam is hiding behind the rock, trying not to get cooked. And Xavier in that King Crab 000 is a little beat up down to 80%. So again, it's just DPS here. But right now, I think Cranky Old Canadians have a little bit more of a better alpha. They have a better alpha. I think they have a very better trade loadout if they're going to stay at this range. Mercstar would need to close range. Those regular crabs or those mini impulse are not going to be able to do anything. It's basically a 3-on-6 fight for the most part, 3-on-4 fight. Even that Shadowcat that I said is not going to synergize the rest of the team is putting work in and getting PPC fire in. 3 crabs here, like the pushing. We have the little mini crab brigade. Oh god, that's adorable. All in formation as they come here around the tip of the drop ship or tip of the ship.
Cranky Canadians backing up except for Nutty Rat and Gitka.
Right now, Mercstar's kind of in a crabby place right now. Sorry, at the ship because they kind of ran a firepower that you can't go where your team can't support you. This is where the crabs need to come. The big crabs need to come up as well. Tofurky here just staying as a scout on this outside as well. Mercstar doesn't have anything fast enough either. Cap game's pretty much even, but as now the crabs can maybe trade a little bit around this ship.
Well, those little crabs, you can usually get those up to I think 110 kph with speed tweak. You can turn those into pretty fast mechs.
True, and they're very tanky too, but they've taken so much fire trying to get close enough. Oh, Draven finally goes down there. That Kodiak, trying to get close enough that it could be a little sketchy. But right now, Cranky Old Canadians are trying to form a concave to retrieve this crab push.
Damage numbers looking pretty bad for both teams. Kamichiwa looks like he's getting ready to go down here. That 27%. But Gitka now goes down.
Yeah, 2 assaults down for the Canadians. That's not good. But Mercstar also very hurt, but it's 3-6 now.
Yeah, this is not looking very good for for the Cranky Canadians, Victor Davian and Oludi out there in the open, taking all that AC2 fire. Victor Davian goes down. Mercstar again is very, very hurt, but
again, I was worried about Mercstar, about them trying to get in close and close that range. They were super patient, and look at how they've spread the damage amongst their mechs.
Yeah,
closing that distance. Very good damage spread, and a well done push there at the end, just working those angles.
Yep. I mean, it's just that's kind of been the story of the night so far. You look at the damage numbers there, or how much of the health numbers there for Mercstar. All of them in the red. All of them hurting bad. The healthiest one is Drew the Blue at 70%. Otherwise, the rest of them are definitely hurting bad, but yet none of them down. Is that? Do you think that were they rotating their damage mix out better? Or do you think that's what they were doing there?
I think they were rotating out a little better. I mean, did you see those crabs moving in formation? The 3 little crabs? Yeah. They were in formation, like pincer to pincer, okay, elbow to elbow. Do crabs have elbows? I don't know, but they were like, moving in a formation. And the Canadians just could not seal the deal. They were not able to win enough trades to weather them down any further. Because again, you have the burst damage of like AC10s and AC5s, right, coming from Canadians and PPCs, and then you have these AC2s coming from Mercstar. So again, 2 different trading setups there. But the Canadians left their crab crackers at home, boys, and Mercstar came out with the victory. Congrats, Mercstar, on a 5-0 win. Take a look at these damage numbers as well.
Yeah, do that.
So James, Daka, 4 kills, 644 damage here, leading for Mercstar, where we have Gitka in that Mad Cat MK2, 630 damage again, heavy Daka, but some heavy damage numbers by both teams. I mean, Victor Davian did another 529, Aldi in that Shadow Cat, again, 531 damage, the PPC Shadow Cat. That's a lot of damage there, maybe some strikes in as well. Wow, that was quite a match, guys. Hashtag crab people. like come on, man, that's ridiculous. Jesus.
All right, what do you? I'm getting a message here from Nutty Rat.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do an interview.
Okay, no worries. Well, we will have a hashtag radiocast code to give out here for some MC.
Kamichiwa wants to chat with us, though.
Okay, cool. I've been butchering his name all night long. This will be great.
All right, let's head over to the shoutcasting room on MRBC. We'll do the next giveaway. Oh, I already moved over there, and he doesn't know. Here he is. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna do the next giveaway. All right, next giveaway for you guys, but there's the final numbers though. 5 drops to 0, 30 kills to 4. We're gonna set up the next giveaway for you guys, 1,000 MC. So let me get that flipped over to this screen, and we'll get the names loaded up. All right, I'll get my music paused here, and let's do this. 1,000 MC, and we still have 2 more 1,000 MC codes to give away after the interview is done. All right, and the winner is Randy and Yandy. Randy and Yandy, congratulations. You've won 1,000 MC. Please shoot me a whisper in Twitch so that I can get you your code. No whisper, no code. Let's see. 1,000 MC. Reminder for me for later. All right. Now I'm going to get back on Discord here, and we're going to talk with Kamichiwa of the Mercstar turret drops. All right, guys, I'm back. Randy Randy and Andy. I don't know, something like that.
RJ X is here too. If you want to bring him in.
All right, and Frankie Canadians will not be joining us tonight, so it looks like we're just talking with you guys.
Gotcha.
So me and Kamichiwa, well, we're talking here. I finally got the name right, hopefully. So man, crap people on this last drop. I'm for Mercstar. I ran with Mercstar for quite a few years, and I've been a part of the 12 crab drops and stuff like that before too. What made you? Whose idea was it? Who wanted to do it? Who threw that idea out there?
As soon as it popped up, I don't remember who threw it up, but as soon as it popped up, freaking everybody was like, "Let's."
We were unanimous in agreement. Because we were like, what's a Mercstar match without crabs? And we're like, but we can't run 6 of them. And then someone said, what about the king crab? Yeah. And then it was like light bulb.
Our first scrim of the season, we fought R79T, great guys, and plug in. But we brought 3 crabs and got destroyed. And we're like, how are we going to fit crabs into this? Because we have.
Yeah.
And I mean, we found a way.
You did find a way. It was impressive. It was very impressive, and the route you took too.
Yeah, we talked about it tonight. I mean, you also played tonight. You guys were very patient. There was some spots where it's like on this last match, where you guys kind of got stuck, right? You couldn't get the little crabs in range for the medium pulse, and the Canadians, they technically had better builds to trade against your king crabs. But you guys are still able to kind of close the distance and get in there. And you guys rotated damage out really well too.
So Cranky definitely made us work for it.
Yeah.
Especially on this last one too.
Yeah.
I think if they had held the outside position on the ship and not ducked behind the ship, we wouldn't have been able to advance because we were just trying to draw enough fire on the left side of the ship to get the little crabs a chance to move up and become effective.
Absolutely. And I saw that crab formation. You got the little crabs were like pincer to pincer around the bottom of the drop ship coming around there. That was cool to see that happen. And as far as your drops from earlier tonight, there seemed to be some very good build synergy, right? On the caustic drop where you had two Mad Cats, 2 Orions, 2 Wolfhounds. Did you guys already have all your mech drops ready to go, or did you guys make your last minute changes tonight?
As this is the 4th match of the season, if anybody has been watching us recently, we have been running very consistent builds, and we have found systems that work. Yes. And the Orion Mark II works very well together. Wolfhounds, I know the dual Wolfhound worked very well. But yeah, we have a spreadsheet set up, and I mean we just pull right from it.
We've got a lot of synergistic builds that we've kind of come across over the course of the season, and really it depends on the map strategies as to which ones we pull out and win, and a lot of it too is potentially depending upon what we think our opponent might try to do.
Right.
This is one of the first matches where we haven't had to face annihilators.
Yep.
And I think we kind of sort of anticipated that because the maps are a little bit bigger and more open. And I don't think people are willing to take that slow of a mech.
Yeah, and that's when I saw the ban of mining, for example, because EMP and 228 played their 5th match on mining. You had 3 Annies. You had 3 Annies on one side, 5 or 6 Annies on field together, right?
Yeah.
And that really does change the way you play on a small map versus the big map like this. But there wasn't really much cap strat from either team, it seemed, tonight, going into these drops. I was on the first caustic drop when the Canadians brought 2 summoners. Did you guys call that push because they were running that DPS, or was it just movement on the field in engaging?
Yes, that push was called towards that summoner. We saw he got a little bit separated. We couldn't exactly see the rest of the team, but we knew they had to be in the area. So I mean, that summoner he worked himself a little bit too, which would be fine if we weren't brawl pushing.
Right, absolutely.
and I do want to give a shout out to Cranky for the matches tonight. It was fun. It was fun playing with and against them. We definitely, after watching them, perform against 228, we didn't take them lightly. We put extra practice in this week and extra focus on our builds and our strategies to kind of really be focused for this match, considering what's coming up, especially next week.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. This showing tonight truly surprised me because I'm in 228 Death from Above, and during MRBC Season 10, we had Nutty Rat and Tofurky on our team. Then it was kind of their introduction to comp play in this thing. They did that with us, and then they put a team together. They actually, for their first time with the brand new team, they actually did pretty decently in Worlds this year, and they played BFM pretty well this year as well. I mean, the performance that they put in, what they've been able to do with the team in such a short period of time has actually been pretty impressive. And after what they did to my team a couple weeks ago in BFM, I did not expect the numbers that we saw tonight. I thought for sure they were going to take. I mean, at minimum, I thought they were going to take 2 drops, and I thought they had a legitimate chance for taking the match.
Oh, one thing real quick. I'm seeing some hashtag crab people in Twitch chat here.
Can't imagine why.
If I'm a comp officer on this team, next time we run a competitive season, our name will be MS Crab People. But yeah, to that, RJ, I'll say, yeah, like Cranky definitely. We expected them to show up, and I think we've
Quite
seen
a few of these
they've
matches could have potentially gone the other way very easily.
Oh yeah, you guys had
very
some
close.
seriously
Knowing
hurt
what we
mechs
know
on the
about how
field.
healthy we were.
Right.
I think they've had some times this week where they've been really on, and then there's some weeks where they're just struggling. And I know, like, we can't wait for them to work out that strat and come back at us because we just want to play, you know.
For sure.
Yeah. And that's actually part of the reason we even got into BFM, like in the first place, was I feel like there's like a certain stigma for what quote Mercstar has become, for some reason. So we're here to have fun and to just maybe make people think about us just a little bit differently than potentially they have.
Well, I when I hear Mercstar, or if I tune in your stream, Xavier, I typically see faction play. That's that around the campfire. That's what the current Mercstar is known for is faction play. So seeing you guys here in BFM and getting in the competitive side, I think that does help your image quite a bit, and the strong showing that you guys have put forward this year very much helps that overall opinion or image of what you guys are doing in this game right now. So hats off to you guys for doing this and an excellent showing this season. I'm actually really excited for our meetup next week.
Oh yeah,
And definitely hats off to the whole division too. I feel like Division C has actually been quite competitive, and there's a lot of units in here. A few little minor changes here and there, and the division could look, flipped 180 on its head potentially.
Yeah, and this is an interesting preview, going into the competitive season for this whole next year too. Whether it's World Championships 2018 or 2019 or MRBC, it's good to see teams like Mercstar, bringing these competitive teams in. And you guys had an excellent showing tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all's fight next week against RJ, your group, right?
Yeah. It's and I mean, I was on the Mercstar TeamSpeak last night. I didn't try to hide the fact at all. There was a
He's here to scout us.
well
That's
the,
why he's here.
the scout. Yeah, I mean, in 228 we always look for whatever advantage we can get over our competitive enemy. That's legal in the game, of course. And in this case here, I saw a great opportunity to get a bird's eye view of the whole thing, firsthand. So, but there was a part of me though that was rooting for Cranky Canadians, because if every drop that they won would mean that we would have to win less drops next week. But now
we know because you
Now it's
show
heads
up
up, straight
every
up.
time. Every time we get streamed, RJ shows up and roots for the other team.
well, yeah,
It's been consistent theme all season long.
it's not that I don't like you guys, but in BFM you're my enemy here, right? So I've got.
He's the Homer Simpson meme that disappears into the bushes and comes out.
He comes out wearing a Cameron's Highlanders hat, then the week after a Cranky Canadian hat.
And wagon. I'll say this though, 228 showed up this week. 5-0 and Cameron's Highlanders. I know we almost lost to them. That was very well.
Cameron's Highlanders was our 3-2.
And we showed up this week and 5-0 as well. So we are tied for this league. So whoever wins this last match takes the division.
Yep, three drops. That's actually what we're faced with here. The two top teams last match.
Playing the last week. It just so happened that way.
Yeah, it really did. And so our match next week, 228 Death from Above versus Mercstar Turret Drops. That match will decide the victor of Division C.
Also, RJ, I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
So as far as the crab strat goes, this is literally the first time we have done this all season long. It's the only time we've pulled this out, just so you know.
Oh, I watched some of your other matches. There was one of the couple of them were cast there, and I never saw it before. So I loved it. I mean, as soon as Mikado said, "We've got a crab party," I was like, "Oh my god."
I gave you a little heads up last night that Drop 5 was going to be something.
I talked about it. I was telling Mikado, and I was telling the stream, I was on your TeamSpeak last night to let you guys know that I was going to be casting the match, and you specifically said that you had something special planned for Drop 5. You didn't say what it was,
right?
But as soon as Mikado called out the crabs, I was like, there it is.
I'm like, I've seen that before. I mean, I was with Mercstar for a few years, way back, and then just seeing you guys in queue, seeing you guys do the 12 crabs before too. It's always fun to see crazy stuff like that. So I was like, yep, they're doing it. Crab people all the way through, and then the crabs in formation, which is great to see. God, that was funny.
As far as actual drops, though, you guys want to talk about specific drops, questions about strats, or
go ahead, Mikado.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, on the first two drops, right, on Tourmaline, again, they're very hectic drops. They're very fast-paced drops there. Drop 1, you guys engaged hard in the castle there, and it seemed like you guys just had a little bit more focused fire. You guys were just a little bit more in sync there and got some early shots in. How did that feel? Like, do you guys feel you were up the entire time of that drop 1? Or was there a point that you were like, oh, this is going to go sour if we don't do something? Like, how did that feel for you guys?
So I'll be honest, I played the mislinks in that and got absolutely smashed. So I'm gonna let X.
Sure.
So, like, we knew at some point in time, either drop 1 or drop 2, that there was going to be a streak heavy drop.
Mm-hmm.
We were anticipating it potentially being dropped, which is why we brought the assassin, because they're generally a little more susceptible to streaks. Once we realized that drop 1 had become the streak wave,
right.
I think it was, I forget who it was, but there was an Arctic wolf that was caught up high in the castle, and he was separated from his team. As soon as we saw that, we pushed in, and I think we dropped him in like the first, 15 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of DPS, because everyone knows that those Arctic wolves, the Arctic wolf one is just a DPS monster.
Right.
So I think getting him out of the fight early, and then
the Sun Spider.
At that point in time, the Sun Spider was coming up to help, because I think it looked like it was only like a linebacker in at that point.
Right.
And they were able to take the Sun Spider like almost right behind the Arctic, and at that point in time, it was just a numbers game.
Right. Makes sense. And they're in the castle, right? It's a tricky place to engage, because it's like it's very CQB. While it doesn't look like it from above, it is very CQB. Where that first mech, I think the Arctic Wolf, he came down the castle area there, and it was him looking at least 3 of your mechs. They were able to get instant shots on him, and that's where the shit hit the fan for both teams there. But you see, your focus fire was good. You guys seem to aim for legs, for example, on the Sun Spider as well. And you guys seem to do a very good job at rotating armor. I think Kimichiwa said it, how he rotated out. I saw him get down to like 38%, very red, and just rotate out, and he survived till like the end of the match with that red armor.
It looked like you guys were doing really good armor sharing there. Was that the case? Were you guys swapping in and out to share that armor?
I think one thing that we've kind of tried to teach, especially with a faction play background, is as long as you're still alive, you're still doing damage, even if you don't have any guns, because you're taking shots that your teammates can do damage with. So that's just kind of one of the things we tell everybody in our unit. If you don't stay alive until we tell you to die.
Yeah, exactly right. You stay alive until we tell you to die.
Yeah,
I like that mentality.
And then one more. Then in drop 2 there, you guys changed it up a little bit. You guys went to the side of the castle there and kind of engaged, but you guys had more like LBX and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the second drop was actually after they saw our SRM first wave. We're kind of playing off the fact that potentially they wanted to do the exact same thing that we did first drop, and kind of like brawl it up and mix it up. So we went for a little bit more of a ranged trade, and we were trying to get them into a choke point where we could kind of focus fire and keep a little bit of distance. And I think I was watching your video analysis post drop 2 because I wasn't in drop 3. And your video analysis had it spot on. We dropped the RD strike on the left-hand side to bottleneck the choke.
Yep.
And then basically once we got them bottlenecked, all we had to do was set up a concave. And because you can only push one mech wide really through either channel on either side,
right.
Even if they did push, you would have had 3 or 4 mechs shooting the same target. At that point in time, like that's just where you have the range advantage with the LBX.
Yeah. And you saw just that immediately, like you guys were a little bit closer in, and then you just did this beautiful concave. I saw those first 2, the smokes hit there on that left side, and it just stopped all momentum going forward for the Canadians. And now, again on their side, either like you just have to go right, because I think if they would have hard engaged, I think they would have had a much better time, because at least they would have went, and I think their DPS and their weapon loadout would have made it a better fight if they would have just gone.
They have more DPS per mech than we.
They also decided.
And at the end of the match, we had 4 mechs that were legged.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was like right there.
Yeah. And that, or they had the theta cap. They could, and again, this happens to other teams too, right? Hey, you had the cap up. Let's back away a little bit and maybe work on the caps. But see, neither of you guys really focused on the caps too heavy tonight. So.
Yeah. So the one thing I've noticed, especially I watched some of Cranky's matches, and like where they've had an advantage is they've kind of ignored the caps in a lot of matches and just gone for the fight against other teams that kind of split off and try to focus on the cap. So we didn't want to get in that kind of distracted cap game. Our specific focus tonight was find them and kill them and then worry about the caps.
Right.
Because that's when they've beaten people that were semi-distracted or not all together, and they've jumped on them and taken the opportunity to really like jump on the disorganization at that point.
Yeah. A couple things there. It really honestly depends on the team you're playing as well. Like I know MS. I mean, we worked some cap strats in. I think week 3 we worked 2 in, and so like it's definitely not completely invaluable to cap. But when you're playing cranky Canadians, it's useless. Like I know drop 4, we accidentally took a cap that wasn't in the 3 cap conquest. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I did see it, but I can never remember exactly which caps you're allowed to take and which ones you're not, and I didn't have the map strat pulled up to look at it. I'm like, I don't think that they're supposed to take that cap, but I just let it play out because I knew that even if you do take an accidental cap that you're not supposed to,
right,
as long as you kill all 6 of the enemy mechs, it's still valid.
Exactly. Right. So potentially they could have just ran off and all hid, spread out, and just tried to kite us to death, and we might not have been able to catch all 6. So I mean, caps for them just seemed a little bit secondary of an issue, which worked out in our favor very heavily. Another thing is when we fight a team, we always try to take every engagement with all 6 mechs. So I mean, capping it really hurts when you send off, you got 1 or 2 lights trying to cap, and then if they ignore caps, you're screwed because that's a 6v4.
Right. And it's a huge departure from like MRBC or World Championships this year, where capping's so essential, but you do have 8 mechs, and you can move people in and out of DP. We're in 6 versus 6. If you're down even 1 mech, it's a huge drastic change in DPS. Right, the percentages come out that way. So
exactly.
I mean, there are certain maps in this rotation cycle where capping and holding caps is advantageous to force an engagement.
Yeah.
It's just not every map, and it really. I hate to say it, it depends on your strategy and your build for each map. What are you thinking and what are you playing?
Yep, the team you're against, your builds, your strats, all that. I mean, that's what we did. That's what 228 did. Thursday night. You know, there was a couple drops where we'd send a light out to Cap, and a couple drops where we didn't even bother with it. We went straight for the kill, much like you guys did tonight. There's so many different things that determine how exactly you're going to play that in the beginning. And so you guys did a great job of playing it correctly tonight.
Thank you. I know there's been a couple matches I've been watching in BFM where caps have become a factor in this round of maps that we've been using, and I know some of them were extremely frustrating to watch. I don't know if anybody saw the 31HR Epsilon Galaxy Clan Widowmaker match, but I mean, they had a couple instances where everybody's out of ammo and then caps are the only factor, and then we did not want that to happen. We want to try to keep this interesting. There's over 100 people watching sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, let's fight. I'm not going to sit here staring at another guy with no ammo.
I understand.
But,
All right, well, guys, I want to thank you very much for letting us cast your match tonight. I am.
I hope you got enough recon in, RJ.
I got plenty of recon. I am very much looking forward to our match next week. Do we even know what day that's going to be on yet?
I don't think we've worked out a day yet.
Yeah, because I know most of our guys aren't even around at all on Saturday.
I want to make sure that it works out best for all of us.
Yeah, we want full strength.
Where we can get full strength on ice. Where we're at now, considering that it's really going to be 3-2, I want it to be best v best and not have like any sort of excuses on either side. Like I just want it to be a good game.
Right. Yeah, that's the way it should be. It's the final. It's the final for the division. It truly is the final for the division. I know we want to have our full team. You guys do, and I think if it gets casted, the viewers are gonna want to see both teams at their full strength with all their best players ready to go. So it is that good of a match to watch. So
I believe it's absolutely freaking hilarious that we've ended up tied like every freaking game of the season. It seems like, except for one.
I think you had a lead like 1 week.
Maybe
like the week before the cranky match.
Yeah, the second week or so. But I will say, actually, can we get some hashtag Rick Div C in the chat?
Yeah.
Hashtag Rick.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna end this. We got a couple more giveaways we got to do, and then we're gonna end this extremely long MRBC stream for the day. Because you guys know this was the second drop. But once again, Konnichiwa and Xavier, thank you very much for coming to talk to us afterwards, and thank you for letting us cast it. Great match by you guys tonight, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you very much.
GG's, guys.
All right. You want to get back? Do you want to get back on video so you can at least see the winners and stuff as it's happening?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Okay, I'll give you a call here. Call is going out. Gonna wait for him to answer there. What I do, one of the cool things you can do with Discord is you can send a screen capture of an app or something. And it's a live feed. Oh nope, no, I'm calling the wrong person. Derp, derp, derp. I was calling Nutty. Okay, sorry. I was calling Nutty by accident. I don't think he wants to talk to me right now.
But yeah, we have some more MC to give away. We have our hashtag RadioCast MC to give away. If you hung out with us for this long, you probably deserve it.
Yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do first? We still have one. All of the MC codes were claimed. Well, but we've given away 2 MC codes so far. They were claimed. We tried to give away 3 mech bays. Only 2 of them were claimed. So this next giveaway is going to be for 1,000 MC and a mech bay. They're gonna get that unclaimed mech bay. So 1,000 MC and a mech bay. Let's see here. I'm gonna get rid of a few names. I'm gonna get rid of one known bot, and then.
You could win the lottery, or you could win mech base and MC with us. Of course, you'd want to hang out with us, right?
Right. All right, let's do the first one. 1,000 MC and a mech bay.
Yeah, again, send us some emoticons in chat, guys. Share the love. Hashtag rig. Show us what you got.
All right, here she's spinning.
All right, let's go and get it.
Blue Sea. Blue Sea, congratulations. You've just won 1,000 MC and the Mech Bay. Shoot me a whisper in Twitch. I'm not going to go trying to find you. Shoot me a whisper in Twitch, and you'll get both of those codes here once the stream is done. Congratulations for that. All right, this code that you sent me, what's it for? 1,000 MC?
This is for 1,250 MC.
Ooh.
MC. Yeah, so a little bonus, guys. Again, we can't limit it to the hashtag, but just throw a hashtag RadioCast in there, whether you're eligible or not.
All right, yeah, it's 1,250 MCs. This is a real code. Someone paid money for this. All right, let's give it away. 1,250 MC.
All right, here it goes. Here it goes for the big money. All
Big,
the space
big money.
guys. Hashtag RadioCast. RJ and me.
All right, and the winner is Fire Guy 2402.
All right.
Fire Guy
Congrats.
2402. So 1,250 MC going to Fire Guy 2402. Congratulations. Now, you, again, like everybody else, shoot me a whisper. Shoot me a Twitch whisper. And I'm not going to go out finding you. And once I get your whisper, I'll get your code to you. So congratulations. All right, and I think that's going to do it for us. Mikado, if you're up for it, I'll see if I can't find us another cast to do next week for the final week. But
I'll be out of town hanging out with some of the 228 guys.
oh yeah, I heard there was going to be a little get-together. Where's that happening at?
So it's at Lord Skeletor's house. So if I don't come back, I'm at Lord Skeletor's house of 228.
All right. All right. Well, Mikado, it was good casting with you. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah. Hey, thanks again for having me, RJ. Looking forward to future casts as well.
And once again, congratulations to 228, Mercstar Turret Drops, winning over the Cranky Canadians 5-0. Now in first place tie with 228 Death from Above in BFM Division C. Until the next cast, guys. Peace.